All right. Good afternoon, mom and everyone. How are you today?
I'm fine.
All right. Thank you. I hope all of you still in the good condition. So today I would like to give you an example of how to do an interview method to collecting the data for your research. But before that, let me introduce myself first. My name is Widia Antari Dewi. You may call me Widia. I'm one of the coolest students from Ganesha University of Education, majoring in English Language Education. And my student ID is 201 202 1046. Sorry, Miss Jedai, you didn't mute your. Can you mute? All right. Thank you, Miss Jedai. So, uh, before I start for the simulation, I would like to give you the material about interview method in collecting the data. So, I would like to share a screen. Wait a moment, please. All right. Can you see the screen, everyone?
Yes, I see.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, okay.
All right, thank you. So this is the material, as I said before, it is the interview method in collecting the data. So my topic for this simulation is a smart and creative method called as a home visit method for elementary school students. And also I already decided the research question for my research. It is what is the effect of home visit method for the students' achievement? So next, I would like to tell you about the interview method first. So as we know, interview method is one of the method that we can use to collecting the data when we are doing a research. And beside of that, using interview method can bring some benefit for us, such as it provides flexibility to the interviewers to answer the question in that interview. The second is the interview have a better response, and also the people who cannot read and write also can answer the question. And the third is the interviewer can judge the nonverbal behavior of the respondent. And next is the interviewer can decide the place for an interview, maybe in a private or silent place. And also one people can conduct through emails, which can have a completely different environment. And the last is the interviewer can control over the order of the question as in the questionnaire and also can judge the spontaneity of the respondent as well. So that's the benefit of using interview method. The next one is about the interviewers. So in interview method, we need an interviewers to answer some of the question for us to collecting the data. In this example, I have two interviewers, which is the interviewers are the teacher of elementary school in Sukasada. And the interviewers are Mr. Ketut and also Mrs. Jedai. And the next one is the question. So in the interview method, we need a question that have to answer by the interviewers. So in here, I have 5 questions for the interviewers. The first one is, have you ever heard about home visit method before? The second is, in your opinion, what is home visit method? And the third one is, do you agree that home visit method can be effective to use for elementary school and learning process? And please state your reason why it can be effective to use. And the fourth one is, what is the benefit and weaknesses of home visit method? And the last is, do you agree if home visit method can bring a big effect for the student's achievement? So that's the question. And sorry, wait. Next, we will move to the simulation. We will start from the interview with Mrs. Jedai. Hello, Mrs. Jedai.
Hello, Miss.
All right.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Mrs. Jedai. All right. So, how are you today, Mrs. Jedai?
Yes, I'm
You fine?
I'm fine,
All
Miss.
right. All right. Thank you, Mrs. Jedai. So,
Yes.
for the first question, have you ever heard about home visit method before?
Yes, I have, Miss.
All right. So, the second question is, if you have ever heard, what is your opinion? What is a home visit method?
Home visit are an alternative to building good communication and are expect expect to help solve online or offline student learning difficult during the pandemic.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jeddah. And the third question is, do you agree if home visit method can be used effective for elementary school students? And please state your reason why it can be effective to use.
Yes, I agree. Because the include studies found that home visit program were associated with decrease in harsh parenting, improve cognition, and language development in young children, and re- reduction in child healthy problem.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dai. And the fourth question is, what is the benefit and also the weaknesses of home visit method in your opinion?
The benefit of home visit method, it increases parenting knowledge, parent child interaction, and influence. And the weakness is domestic violence, maternal depression, and substance abuse.
All right, Miss Jedai. So the last question from me is, do you agree if home visit method can bring a big effect of student achievement?
Yes, I agree. Because home visit also have an effect on students that standardized the test score, which the student who refresh on home visit scoring 5% high, and student who received to home visit scoring 7% higher than student not refreshing home visit. It it is mean that home visit method can increase the student achievement.
All right, Miss Jedai, I really agree with you that home visit method can increase the students' achievement. Thank you, Miss Jedai, once again for your
You're
time.
welcome,
All right.
Miss.
All right. Thank you. Have a
Yes,
nice day, Miss Jedai.
you're welcome, Miss.
All right. So next, we will interview Mr. Ketut. So for Mr. Ketut, can you hear my voice?
Oh, yes, I hear.
All right. Thank you, Miss Ketut. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right. I will continue to the first question for you, Mr. Ketut. So the first question is, have you ever heard about home visit method before?
Oh, yes, I have.
All right, that's good, Mr. Ketut. So the next question, the second question is, oh, in your opinion, what is home visit method?
In my opinion, home visit method is one of the method in learning where home visit are carried out by means of teacher visit to student homes and gathering student who live close to a maximum of 10 children.
All right, Mr. Ketut, that's a good point of view about home visit method. So the third question for me is, do you agree if we say that home visit method can be used effective for the elementary school students? And please state your reason why it can be effective to use.
Oh yes, I agree I agree with that because with home visit, student can capture learning visually and audio because not all of them master one of this learning media. There must be both such as the teacher writing and the student saying directly. The home visit learning method is also expected to develop in all regions during the COVID-19 pandemic, so that student continue to get a proper and easy to understand education.
All right, Mr. Ketut, that's a good point of view, and I really agree with you that hopefully this home visit method can we implement it in during the pandemic situation. So the for the fourth question from me is, in your opinion, what is the benefit and also the weaknesses of home visit method itself?
The benefit of home visit method is student can capture learning visually and audio, and the learning material can easily understood by the student. And the weakness of this method is student house is so far, and also because the pandemic we can easily to go somewhere.
All right, Mr. Ketut. I can feel that in pandemic situation we cannot go somewhere, and it's really difficult for us to implement this home visit method. So for the last question from me is, do you agree if I say that home visit method can bring a big effect for the students' achievement?
Of course, I agree, because with this method, student can continue to get proper and easy to understand education, even they are only learn from home.
All right, that's a good point also from you, Mr. Ketut. Thank you for uh, thank you for answering my question, and have a nice day, Mr. Ketut.
Yes.
All right, so that's the interview from Miss Jedai and also Mr. Ketut. All right, so Miss Jedai, would you like to say hello to our audience? You can speak hello like that. You you still mute? Sorry, you still mute? Yeah.
Oh, hello,
All
Mr.
right.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. This is Miss Jedai, and for Mr. Ketut, would you like to say hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, that's the interviewers for us today. Thank you and have a nice day. You can mute your yes. Thank you. So that's the simulation of our interview for today. So once again, I will share the screen. All right. Can you see the screen, Miss Jedai and Mr. Ketut?
Yes,
Yes, I
I
see.
see.
All right, thank you. So, based on the interview with Mr. Ketut and Mrs. Jedai, I can conclude that both of them agree if home visit method can be effective to implement it in elementary school, and also this method can bring a big and positive effect for the student achievement. As Ms. Jedai said before, that it can increase the student score if they have a home visit method, and as Mr. Ketut said before that it can help the students to get a proper and also understood material for them. So I can conclude that both of them is agree if home visit method can be effective to implement it in elementary school. So that's all for our simulation for the interview method for collecting our data in the research. So thank you for your attention and see you next time.
See you next time, Miss.